Hello. We will begin shortly. I just want to go ahead and go over the title real quick, just to let you know what is going on. Also, I want to make sure the stream has started properly. So, a little unstable. Poor network. Just do a quick refresh, make sure everything's running properly. It has been a long time since I streamed. Been planning. And yeah. I don't know. I mean, there's some poor weather conditions going on right now, so it could just be that. Could just be weather. But I'm thinking, I'm hoping it's not going to be too bad at the end. Let's see if I can do anything else about this. Might be able to, close this. Let me just run an inspector thing, I guess. Okay. My apologies. I'm having a little bit of connection stuff. I just want to make sure everything's running smoothly. If you're just joining in with the chat, we're going to be playing Hell is Us in just a couple seconds. Right at the moment, I'm just getting stream started up, and I was going to mention up what the title means, what's going on. So as you'll see, obviously I'll be playing a demo for Hell is Us, which is a new game that I've been interested in. I haven't really, I don't even know if I've ever played a game kind of like that, but yeah, sure. Yeah, I trust this. Okay, just doing a couple things at once, but yes, I'll be playing the game. Hopefully you can see everything good. If you can't, please note I'm running a couple things to see if I can improve some stability for you. In the meantime, though, like I said, the extra bit for the testing part of stream here on the title. So I'm testing out a couple new things, such as you see here. And of course, near the end, I'll mention the Horror Bash announcement and everything, but that's basically the schedule coming up. It's going to be for October for the most part, a little bit of September, and if you're interested in that, I'm going to mention that more towards the end of this stream, and we'll see how things go other than that. And it says stable, so looks like things are actually stable. It might just be on my side of things. Anyways, I'm going to get the game started. I hope you enjoy. Yes, a couple new things here. Hopefully everything's stable on your side of things. And of course, you can use the chat. I don't know if I did anything too different with chat or any of these other things, but you should have access to everything like a normal stream, and might have made like a couple little visual things here and there, but for the most part, everything should be stable and maybe a little easier to follow. Also, I updated the rules and some stuff like that, so this stream's really just for me to test out how things are going to go once I get into the whole horror bash stuff going on in October. And of course, today also playing some games, which is Hell of Us. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get the game started. I already have it here. I just need to bring it up for you right here. So I have not played through this game before, and today will be the first time. I saw this game for the first time, I think, during one of the PlayStation Directs. I think it was the first Direct for it. Apparently, it was revealed in 2022. So I don't really know, if that was during the Direct or before it. But the first time I had seen it was in the first Direct it was shown, and then of course there were later Directs where they had some gameplay and such for it. I have a demo for it, and just seeing the game and everything and looking interesting. Well, now there's a demo for it and I can actually play it. So I thought, not just being interested in the game, but also the fact that I can stream it, why not go ahead and stream it and kind of get a reaction of the game along with you being able to watch it. So I hope you enjoy and hope that you are interested in seeing this game. All right, So how does this go? Combat difficulty. Select the preset that best matches the desired challenge level for combat. Difficulty can be adjusted at any time. So, Lentinel, ideal for players who enjoy games investigation and desire less of a challenge from combat. Balanced, merciless. Okay, so I don't know if I've ever played a game quite like this. I mean, technically, I've played games with combat and stuff, so I know combat. But I did play Jedi Survivor, so I mean, like, I played both those games. So I don't know if that will translate to this at all or not. So that might be a good, you know. I would go with Merciless if I was or like if I'd played a game recently like Survivor, but I more like played it a while back, so I haven't really played it recently. I'll get into the habit as we play through this. That's why I'm going to go with the balance for now. Enable tutorials. Playing with tutorials activated for your first playthrough. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the tutorials for this first playthrough, and then yeah, see how this goes. Our game has no map, no markers indicating where people or things are. So where to go next, or who to talk to? We will never tell you precisely what must be done or how to do it. To thrive in Hell Is Us, you will need to pay attention to your environment, listen, and be vigilant. Okay. This game is a work of fiction. This is a work of fiction. Any resemblance to real people living or dead is purely coincidental unless otherwise indicated. Wait, what? Unless otherwise indicated. Okay, the fictitious characters, places, names, and events present in the game for narrative purposes are the fruit of the creator's imagination and have no intention of faithfully representing or reflecting real individuals or facts. Okay. Similarly, scenes of violence, urban warfare included for narrative entertainment purposes and are no way intended to promote or condone such behavior in real life. Both the developer and publishers wish to emphasize real life violence is unacceptable in all forms. This game is in no way intended as an apology for it. Brands, companies, and other references are used for artistic or satirical purposes and remain the property of their respective owners. Satirical. Okay. Anyways, I hope I went through everything pretty good for you there. We're going to be starting the game, I think, now. There should be some walkthroughs, some guide things telling me how to do it. Should have some cutscenes, possibly. Different stuff. There's not going to be too much other than listening to the game and trying to figure out what's going on. I might turn up the volume a little bit. Just let me know down in the chat box if you are having any issues with volume or with any difficulties with anything during stream. Just let me know. Try to fix them up as quickly as possible. can this be a good stability? That doesn't make any sense. Huh. I hope the stream's going good. And from my side of things, it shows that it's unstable, but when I go over to here, it says it's stable, so I don't really know why. Am I reading it wrong? It says I'm stable right now. I'm going to just refresh on my side and see if that makes things look a little better. But as far as I can tell, everything seems to be running smoothly, so I'm going to try to ignore it. Yes, everything is excellent. Good, good, good. So you can see everything. It's not going to tell me what to do, but it did say there's some like tutorial stuff here. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think combat it'll tell me. I presume. Is there anything I can do about controls or like what's the word? Because I looked at some of this already, but I don't remember anything to do with being able to control the. Here we go. Sensitivity. That's what I wanted to see. So I was just going to turn this down to like 35. Toggle sprint. Sprint input instead of needing to be held. I kind of like held, but maybe it's fine. I don't know. Camera follow. Yeah. Okay, so I see all these here. I'm not sure if I need to look at this now or if it'll walk me through it as we go along. Like, the beginning, it kind of just gives me a little bit of stuff, and then from there, I kind of figure it out. I'm assuming at least some prompts for that, but I could be wrong. I can't use anything yet either, so I really feel like this is just me going through here and seeing how things feel. Also, I'm curious, can I just like go anywhere I want to, even though, like is there other stuff around here, or is this just it's probably blocked off like most games have, but just curious how far I can look around and stuff. 'Cause like I'd almost think I could go over this. But I can't. Alright. That is strange. Okay. Ooh, yeah, I can sprint though. That is for sure. Huh. We're in a graveyard? That's interesting. Oh, let me double check something real quick. I just thought about that. Mr. Volume music. I hope the music isn't. Do I need to worry about that? I didn't think about that. Doesn't sound that bad, but I'll just maybe do that. I don't know. Hopefully we don't need to worry about that. I mean, it's really just ambient right now, to be entirely honest. But you never know. Ooh. Manual save. I'll take it. Whoa. A little bit of vibrations. Now, can I look back here and find something, or? Ooh. It is incredibly dark here. Incredibly dark. It looked like something. Maybe not. Ugh. I'm sure we'll be going here, but there's a more obvious thing that we should do. And I guess we just need to check out this area. Is that a motor shell or something? Oh. What do we have here? Just a bunch of debris. Can't go over here in parkour, but I can go down here. Oh, hello. Conversation can be started with many characters you encounter. Topics can be chosen based on the datum, which represents a specific piece of information you have previously encountered. Conversing with a character is there additional datum, which can be open to a new topic of conversation. Topics that are relevant for your main objective are listed on the left side of the screen. Listed on the right side are optional topics that could reveal more about the situation, culture, history, or of Hadia. Okay, is there anything I can get from here? I can trade. What can I trade? No items. Okay, I mean, so you can trade with NPCs. Let's see. Okay, who are you? Oh, it does it for me. All right. So we did need to go here to get that. Stacia Marshes. Travel between the areas with a vehicle. So where do I find all this? Okay. Investigate clues about my parents. Open up chart. So hiding in the basement. What is this? Heirloom necklace. What is this? Okay. So I don't have a loadout yet, but I'll be able to. I have a compass. I don't know how I use it. A hat. Very interesting. What do we have here? Recording. Yeah. Okay. If you're unsure of how to proceed in your main objective, open the datapad. Navigate to the investigation tab. Yep. Select an investigation to see all associated datum discovered. You may then select a datum to see the specific information you've gathered so far. Removed. We're looking for the APC here. This place is wrecked. I could go this way. There's something over here. Is it safe? I don't even have a weapon. Is it safe for me to just, do this? I hear the wind chimes too. Okay, decoded orders below. Wait, is this the APC area? Armed Forces High Command. 6th Battalion. Okay, so those are the chords. Target farmhouse. Clear occupant. Wait, clear and occupy. Minimal resistance expected. Set up comms. Trench network. Counterattack expected. Oh no. I know what this is. That means that there's enemies nearby. Because look at the motor shells. I knew it. Or maybe those were dug? But maybe they were dug. Maybe I'm wrong. I always think of those as explosive things, but maybe it could have just been dug. Yeah, maybe. Let's say trenches. Here are the chimes that I heard. What's over here? The main thing is looking for a weapon. Did you hear that? Might just be the music, but it sounded kind of like some chatter. Maybe it's just like etheric chatter from the music. Should make sense. Hello? Nothing over here. Trust that I'm searching as far as I can. Because there's something over here, which we'll figure out in a moment. So I have this, which I cannot pass that. That's for sure. Can I go this way? Or nope. Cannot go that way. What about here? Ah. Scorched Bell. Bronze Bell marred with scorch marks. Natural abrasions. Entry access denied. You know, this So For Real has so many different games in it. I kind of know the different games that it feels like, but, you know, it's just interesting. Observe. Unknown language. It's hieroglyphics. It says, it's kind of dark, but let's see, there's 7, 7. I don't know if there's missing characters, but there's 5. And there's 7. There's 4 rows. So, is that like a connector? And then first 2, last one. Probably something to do with entry or name for this monument. To me, I think it's like it looks like a sign, right? You know, just the way that it's structured. Maybe it's like entrance to blah blah blah, blah or something. Might just be that, which could have some relevance, but like, you know, it might not actually have a translation. It might just be text. Sometimes you can do that. Probably has a translation though. Now that I think about it, it wouldn't really make much sense if it didn't. But that just doesn't really help with this, does it? So, to be fair, there might be a mechanic I'm missing here, but I do need to explore more. So, let me think. I'm supposed to have a compass, but I can't use it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I can see my health too. Okay, so I need to get up there, which was what I had originally said. I have zero idea how about to do that, so maybe I just follow the hill this way and see if there's like a climbing area or something. Some way that I get up here. The easiest way to find out where you need to go is to just kind of follow along. Also, the wind chimes, right? Yeah, wind chimes. That's probably where we need to go. Is I don't know if the aura is soothing or if it's like distressing or like ominous, whatever you want to call it, whatever the word is. Ooh, okay. Hear the chimes. chimes. So he had said something about setting these up. APC, but there's a okay. It's for a second I was like thinking, is that a skeleton? And then I was thinking, well, farmer, that's weird. But no, it's they're not a skeleton. They're just not with us. Okay. Pretty cool vehicle though. Heavy breathing. I have no way of opening that right now. Oh. Doesn't look good to me. Wrong option. Give me a second. I thought it would go to the next one. All right. I think that's what we saw in the woods, right? He said the west of here, right? So I just go here. I think it's worth checking out this. Can I look at my compass while doing this? No, I can't. It's probably because there are other weapons. Right. Observe. Is this more text? All right. So is this the same text as it was before? Because to me, like, if this is in multiple places, right? So at first I was thinking it's like a sign or something, and it probably is, but it looks like it's a marker of some sort. So it's either something like villa of some villa something, or like warning. It could be one of those two things, either a warning or just a name at this point. Heirloom necklace. Item doesn't fit here. So there's a pedestal. Look like portals. It would be like an Agent Castle and stuff. I mean, makes me wonder. Wait, is this the same thing over here it was on the other side? No, that's different text. Okay, well, that's weird. Two similar messages, but one different. I think those two are similar. Correct me if I'm wrong, of course. So if I'm wrong, then my idea about what's going on might be wrong. But I think that the first two signs I saw were the exact same characters and the exact same combination. That's what I was saying. It was either a warning or a naming thing. And since there's another sign there, to me, I feel like it's more of a naming thing than a warning. And then the other one's more of like describing that area. It's like it's a section of that area. So like one might have been like, you know, this is the area and or something. Anyway, I don't know how relevant that is though for what we're doing here, but to me it tells me at least one thing. The reason that they are coming, the APC people are here, the soldiers or whatever, the reason they're here is something to do with that. Some kind of investigation. They were talking about like a war thing or whatnot going on, and well, I mean, it says Hell of Us, right? So, and those looks like portals, right? So, like, you know, it at least tells me there's something to do with creatures and with monuments here. Whoa, 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 whoa! Did I see something there? I think that was just a rendering thing. Okay. So I thought I saw like a circle or something. It's kind of odd. Is this the med kit? Even if you blockheads find the key, I bet you'll never find the treasure chest. The blue paint is harder to see than the red. Note: Cadell treasure hint. Small note with the writing of a child. This seems to be a clue for some kind of treasure hunt found deep in Sinindra Forest. Okay. Apologies for not being very well at reading the name of that, but what is this? Wait a minute. Equipable items. Some items related to the investigation or exploration can be equipped. Nope. I want to do a little bit more than that. Thank you. Heirloom. Inventory. Bell. Wait, that has the same symbol that we saw up at there. If this bell is here, then that's a resonance thing, right? It's a resonance temple. It's ceremonial. Okay. All right. So it's blue and red markings, right? Red's easier than blue. Is red blood or is this paint? And blue, I have zero idea what that would be. It has to be paint. Okay. Well, west is this way, so I mean, I don't. Do these two paths diverge or are they two separate? Okay, so here we go. Here we go. So this is a picnic area. Um, I am kind of going everywhere, so I feel like if there's a chest, I'm gonna find it. Perchance. Yeah. I don't really know what would be in it. Plus, it said like children and stuff, so I mean, it might not even be. Yeah, it's not gonna be a weapon, so like, you know, but still be interesting. It might, it might be useful. It might be useful for giving us a bit more of a. Is that where I'm supposed to go? just another monument structure. Little podium. Altar. Maybe not like the same thing, I don't think. Or maybe they are. I don't know. Anyway. We'll figure out the correct defining of that once we have a little more info as to what some of this language and stuff actually is. Now, gather. Key rested. Small rusted metallic key found near the red boulder atop a hill. Where does this go to, though, is the question. Is it to that gate? So I found that before the medicine, but it's probably because I went this way instead of the other way. Nice. Let's go the other way then. Nothing here. Alright, well I know the camp's west, right? So like... Oh. Did I miss it? Because I need to get a med kit, right? Or a med pack? I can always go back and just come back. Oop. And then I'll be going the right way. I've been mostly exploring. Just kind of like... trying to see what there is. Behold, the magnificent treasure of Cadell family. It belonged to our great-great-great-great-great-grandpa. Don't break it, you nitwit. Bracelet of Akisti. Wanton destruction. While grievously wounded to reduce the stamina cost of all actions. Got a secret item. Alright. It's my loadout. So it's not under weapon, but it would be like... Oh, that's a usable item. I didn't know that. Defensive gear. Nice. Alright, well, I found something, so... You know. I still need to find his medkit. Poor guy. I'm spending so much time just... searching these woods. He's... Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go this way and then come back so that I can use my compass properly. I just don't want to get lost again. I probably don't need to... Well, actually, I don't know. Anyways, didn't he say west? Or am I mistaken? Why don't I read this just to double check and make sure? Just make sure. Mark trees west of here. Okay, mark trees. That's what I need to do. So this... Is this the way that I need to go, or no? Maybe not. I feel like I'm supposed to go upwards, not this way. Because that's south, this is west. Just so happens to be a little bit close to each other is all. So let me go back. As long as I go this way. Follow the marked trees. Oh, X, I see. So the trees with the X's on them are the ones I need to follow. This is a problem, isn't it? I got here before, but I couldn't do anything. Maybe I just need to go this way. Oh, yeah. Oh. Well, maybe maybe there was a problem with the operator. Similar symbols. A little different. Let's see. Considering how close the armed forces militia people are to all of this stuff, tells me at least that those markings mean a little bit something about whatever they're looking at and fighting. Survey report. Time since anomaly collapse. 1,056 years based on resonant topology signature. Coincides with fifth cycle harmonics. Actions taken. Following items forwarded to facility for further analysis. Complete imaging profile of site. Okay, centric pattern core samples extracted around anomaly. Locus. Proximity flora samples. All right. Sounds like our leading theory is proving something of harmonics. Also, temporal portal. Okay, vital of strange substance. A glass filled with an unknown substance. Entry access denied. Wait a minute. So here's our field report. All right. Harmonic resonance. Being altars and stuff. Obviously, those other things that were sticking up were just from the children and whatnot. They weren't really part of any of this other stuff. But still, we have these like little signs and if there are harmonic based and there are temporal portals, it makes me wonder if any of this is like if the text is just text or if it's like ruins. Because it could be ruins. I have no idea. I mean, maybe some of this is activation, like you activate the harmonics or something, particular frequencies. Could be something like that. We have the bell. That could talk about some of the oscillations, is what they were kind of hinting at with the years and the estimates. I don't know what kind of sampling they were doing, but they were talking about harmonic, talking about all this kind of stuff, right? I don't know. It's all very interesting and all very tied together. Also, there's this too. So you trade it. Ancient mechanism. Old, dilapidated mechanism. Mint opened the door to the ruins in Sanadra Forest. Given to me by the wounded Olmem SFI agent. Without any further instructions. Entry incomplete, processing new information. Wait a minute. Can I talk? Is there no conversation? I could speed up the ladders. I could speed up the ladder. Okay. So, like I said, it's resonance, right? Um, this is the key. They might just be portholes, not portholes, but portholes, literally. It makes sense. Clockwise, counterclockwise. All right, all right, all right. So these are the same symbols we found on the bell, right? So what do I want to do here? I see. So we need to do this. Since the last, so we do that mark, and then probably that. To be entirely honest, so let me just make sure I get the symbols in my head. So it's like the fire thingy and then the health thingy, right? That should open up the door. Poor guy. Hopefully we didn't doom him by opening that. Nah, he's there. It's fine. Well, relatively speaking. Wait, do I need to know anything? Nope. I can't see a thing. Is that... Am I supposed to not be able to see anything while I'm in here? Is that like the expectation? Oh, here we go. So is there combat in the demo, or is it just kind of walking us through the prologue? I don't like how vulnerable my character is at the moment. I would very much so like to have like a... I mean, it shows that I have some means of combat, so I just don't know. I mean, I have a little bit of protection. I have a little bit of protection. Save system. Fun defeat progress will be preserved regardless of save points used. Okay, so that means even if I die, as long as progress will be saved. Conversations, datum discovered, puzzles completed, enemies, and weapon progress. Underground site Lambda 2. So it's a dust analysis determines the site has been sealed since 937 AD, with the height of the fifth limbic invasion, whatever that is. Okay, successful unlock. So actions was the door. Preliminary exploration, securing first chamber, and then collection of catalog. So we catalog some items list below. So here's the items that have been forwarded to facility for further analysis. So there were samples from dust, drone image sweep of each chamber. There's 4 iron tools for historical analysis, iron shackles. Shackles. Okay. 5 teeth from separate skeletal remains for DNA analysis. Actions planned. Next doorway into the morning of January 23rd. Unseal next doorway. Okay. Auditory cues reveal possible entity presence. Okay, exercise, extreme caution, entity contact likely, set up contingency evacuation plan. Well, it tells me, for one thing, we saw all those dust and rumblings of rubble. Is this a sound-based enemy, or is it like, can it see? Oh no. Wait a minute, so we're not playing as the character that was in... Or are we? So it's a different character now. Wait a minute, so is that one of the soldiers, or is that someone else? Is it kind of makes sense to be one of the militia people, or whatever you call it. Question is whether or not she has the APC key, or who has it. Wait a minute. Lock onto the enemy. Okay. Block. What is this? Okay. Gather. Shard. Neutral. Small. Okay. Okay. I mean, not that bad. I still need to gather the Nope, she does not have the thing that we are looking for. How about this? So I'm pretty sure the symbols are in relation to the monument, right? Oh, that's how I get out of here, isn't it? Okay. Okay, give me a second. I can go this way too. This is where I came from, isn't it? There can't be that many of them, is it? Because, like, you know, they're just... There's not that many people that could fit in that. Okay. A very tight spot if we have to fight. Say that much. It's definitely going to be a fighting spot. There's some more stuff. Is that the key, though? First aid. Consumables we can equip. So... Oop, 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 oop. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me fix this. There's the schedule for just a second. Yeah, there we go. Wait. Okay, here we go. Everything's back. So the sword is connected to our necklace? How is it connected? Perhaps my father knows something? Only thing that can hurt the creatures. Medieval weapon radiating or emitting strange energy. I don't know what I learned new about him, but... Yeah, it is. Sure, I guess. Shard. You're too small. Still check, make sure there's nothing else I can do here. There's a level status. Add a glyph. There we go. How was it? Wrong weapon. Apologies. Seize weapon. How do I... No. Toggle light. There we go. So there, okay, so we have a couple doors we can take. Before we do that, let's look over here. Here's some glyphs. Can we read them now? First, the sinners are brought to the tower. First, the sinners are brought to the tower. Okay, sinners. Okay, so these are definitely signs and not naming. Got it. Resonance and signs. It could still be the name of the temple. Guard to an incoming attack. Okay. Next time I will be better. I'll be better about that. Still getting used to the blocking. And finally, the sinners fall into the fires of hell. Oh, wait a minute. I already got it. It clicked with me. So let's read that first one. Finally, so hell is the last symbol. So what was this one? This is first are brought to the tower. So we have tower and then hell, right? Tower, hell. Where was it? So it's tower, then last is hell. Fire. Tower, fire. Okay, tower's first, fire's last. I could guess the next one, but I kind of want to, just go through with the rest of it at this point. Can't go that way. Endurance system. 2 vital stats. Health, stamina, and represents green bar at the bottom of the screen. Maximum health is equal to total endurance. Stamina is equal to current health. As you receive hits from enemy, health will be decreased. In turn, low stamina. Generate automatically up to your current health level. However, health does not regenerate automatically. If health reaches 0, you are defeated. Okay. And what is the middle one? Climbs through the twin-headed serpent. So serpent. So tower, serpent, fire. Got it. Okay, tower. Serpent. Fire. Sun. Altar. Serpents. Pickaxe. Okay. What is this? Is that? So that's the tower. That's pickaxe. Those are serpents. There's a sun. Is that the fire? Perform side steps. Seethe. Lock on required, huh? Not bad. There's another one up here. It's not another one over there, but limbic capacitor, small. Restoration. Ooh. Okay. Instant gain limbic energy with wielded weapon. So single use slow absorbs stores ambient limbic energy. Instant discharge all stored energy on contact with limbic materials. So is this is for a sword, right? Capacitor small. Maybe it's not. Well, they're all locked. Upgrade this weapon to unlock. So I need to upgrade the weapon before I can use it for stuff. Inspect item. How do I isn't there like an upgrade system for this too? Oh, here we go. Okay, so there's the distract one. And there's another thing up here. I don't want to forget about that. The combat's very fluid, though. You hear it, right? Okay, I'm filled with glee as they enter now after a row. Shackled in bondage in their own making. Esterain. Jahan. Cattle. Did you take me to the spire to hear their cries? Laymen so final grasp heirs of their ways. Charge lies here. Queen requires it. Cethrus requires it. Shepherd. Alright, judgment. The spire. Is the spire the tower? It'd be more funny if one of these things was stuck in one of these cages, and I was just sort of frightful for nothing. That'd be funny. Anyway, I think I've checked all of these, right? There's another ladder here. But that, I'm actually I kind of prefer you on my shoulder so I could see. There's another one right there. I see it. Okay, here's my plan. I'm gonna get close to it. And do that. Ooh, yeah. So I give the distance, gives me the maximum hits in, and then yeah, pretty straightforward from there. I'm going to Okay. Gonna get a quick sip before we go in. Healing Pulse. When successfully hit an enemy, faint particles appear around you. These particles coalesce into a solid ring and bar HUD flashes. You can activate Healing Pulse ability. This ability will consume the particles and restore health equal to the percentage damage dealt by the hit. Trigger those particles. Disappear if you wait too long or if you take damage. Healing Pulse, I see. Wait a minute, is that like blocking it? Does that make sense? Wait a minute. Thought I saw a second one. I was like, ooh, that's going to be hard. I feel like that's what's going to happen, though. So we're going to have to fight more than one at a time. So I'm not exactly sure how well we'll do, but I mean, we do pretty well with one. If we can hold down one while we fight the other, then maybe. I see. I was wondering how to do that because it said something about a charged attack, but it kind of restricted me a little bit because you have to hold down the charge for a while. Usable item acquired. It says usable, but I don't know what I would do with it. How about this? I have this now, right? Let's give it a shot by the next monster here. Distractibility. Facing two enemies who fight in tandem can be challenging. In these situations, using your drone's distractibility can be helpful. Distractibility. Your drone can be commanded to distract the enemy you are currently locked onto. Fly towards the enemy, begin distracting it and preventing it from attacking you at the time. Distraction will continue until your stability has run its course. You'll again recall the drone. Attack the distracted enemy. When the distracted ability ends for any reason, the drone will return to your side. Distractibility will enter a cooldown. It cannot be used again. Oh wait, can't go up that. Is that the key? Wait, is that? Are those new weapons? Limbic Twin Axe. Okay, I'll give it a shot. I'm not opposed to it. Oh, there's another one. I don't want to do that. Do that. What do I want to do? I want to. There we go. Both of those are going to require items. So we need to either find 2 items or there's another path. To me, I think it's puzzles, so, probably. Some attacks can be parried using the guard action. Okay, just as an enemy changes color, a successful parry will negate damage and remove some of the enemy's stance. Guard slash parry. Okay. When a barrier depletes all of the enemy's stamina, you can reposition to deal more damage. Ah. Do we want to take that chance? I'll give you a couple seconds. Hopefully, connection stabilizes a little bit. Let me just refresh. All right, good, good, good. There's 2 things. So I have a charged attack, which I kind of want to try because I really didn't get to try it. But also, I want to try the parry thing too. I don't know if I got it or I didn't. I mean, I took some damage, but more about centers, right? Oh no, let no Sabinian captive cross the threshold of the goal clad in so much as a thread. All must be stripped bare as benefit the despicable and the condemned. Is that them? All right. Ooh, Ramhead Medallion. I think we take that back to where we were. Question is do they need anything else? Also, why don't we switch back to the sword a little bit? Try to get some action there too. Sword's a little. It's probably better with the you know, than it is with the than this is with it, right? But I hear another one right there. Is that a different kind of enemy? Wait a minute. I can't use any more of those anyways. Okay, prepare for this. Okay. Let no prisoner be led beyond these walls unbound. From neck to ankle, they must be shackled. None stride unburdened in the tower's shadow. All right, all right. Well, I will let you do that. We have one thing that we can go back to that prior area. His gaze shines upon our queen. All right. So I still need one more symbol item to get to that door. So we'll need to look for that. And then, yeah. How you been, brother? So this is Dear Marco. The unit's been camping out in Nedra after our big push, cold as hell. Let me tell you, feels good to get some rest, even if I'll likely lose a toe to the frostbite out here. Hell, I got 9 more, right? Gotta tell you, something, Marco. We found something while digging in the trenches. A big old door, sealed shut and proper old. The captain ordered us to pry it open, and that just didn't sit right with me. There are laws against this kind of thing. Remember how Grandpa gave us hell when we tried climbing that old wall near the lake? We aren't supposed to be disturbing heritage sites, even during a war. Captain's lost his damned mind. Oh no. Is he the son of that farmer? Drone bypass signal, so I need that. What about the key, though? So we have a standard protocol alpha. Locate, contain important anomalies. Investigate origin of evolution of sites. Origin and evolution of sites. Okay, collect and catalog relevant materials. All right. Key. So we can go back to the APC. But there's still one item that's a little bit off. And should we talk to that farmer? Should we go back to those glyphs and check them out before we do that other stuff, right? Because now we have the drone, which can sort of decipher. And here are the trenches. So those were shell holes that we saw back at the area when I began the game. But here's the thing. I still need one more pendant like item, right? To get through that area. Okay, let me just go through this a little bit more. So inspect item, we have our sword here, which is good. We have APC. We also have that drone attachment or module. That's good too. So what am I missing there? I'm not missing anything. We do have some more inventory stuff that we can look at. So it's the note that I just got here. Those 2 notes there. We also have the ram head medallion. So I need one more medallion to unlock another gate. Here's the key for the APC. And here's the module. So I think that was for the drone, which just means... no, that wasn't for the drone. Was it? Yeah, because you see... Put that there. So wait. Drone bypass. Signal. Reduces the drone's cooldown. Oh. So how do I do this? Secrets of the RAM, incomplete. So that's what I was talking about right there. I need to do that. Also, I have some glyphs that I can add to this. Not yet, of course, but weapons can get some glyphs. A few extra things here. Here's the drone. I'm wondering... Okay, I used to be able to activate stuff here. I'm locked out. I don't know why. The menu's just not... Okay, there we go. Yeah, the menu is just not working. Open. pad. Oh, do I need to open this or something? What? Let's press the wrong button. Okay, so do I need to open this? I can't inspect and open, unfortunately. Hey. Where is it? No advertising, please. Part of the rules. I don't know how to. Let me see. Thank you. All right. We trampled through Sinadra Forest, the Fury of the King at Aster. Pals never stood a chance. They died like dogs. Okay, I get it. At least a dozen scrambling around like termites. Okay, I get it. We found 3 Pal brothers cowering in the farmhouse. Okay. What? Wait a minute, is that... Okay, so I can look at my inventory. Otis, found in the lockbox in the trenches. I'm just curious, can I... Probably not a cosmetic, right? Alright. I got you. Basic meal, small. First aid. Alright, since that has a save thing there, I'm going to go back this way. And just see if I can find... Okay, that might be it. That might be what we're looking for. So we need to go back with the medallion. We need 2 medallions to go back that way, right? So... my hope is that there's a way to progress here. Also, I kind of like this weapon. I mean, so for real, it's just way more speed, which is nice. I feel like if we're going to fight multiple enemies at the same time, I would like to have this on hand. I'm going to equip more of the healing stuff. I don't know if I'll need it, but like, I just feel like if I have it on hand, that would be nice. Oh, here we go. So this reduces the drone's cooldown. I didn't know that was just a consumable. Linked enemies. You'll often face 2 enemies linked together by an umbilical cord. Okay, this is known as a limbic entity. It's made up of a hollow walker, a light-skinned humanoid creature, a haze, a large monster of various shape. To defeat this pair, you must kill the hollow walker, the humanoid. However, the hollow walker cannot be damaged as long as the haze is still present. So which one's the haze and which one's the other? Give me a second. Okay, so I need to go after the haze, a large monster. So I need to fight the large monster before I could fight the smaller monster, basically. Oh, the haze is the thing that comes out of its eye. Reducing the haze health to 0 will cause it to retreat into the Hollow Walker and become enraged but vulnerable to attack. So what if I just do this? See? Let me do that. Let me get just close enough. Okay, not my best. Not my best, but you know, yeah, that did not heal me at all. There we go. What was the other item for? It didn't really heal me. It's gonna be really. I'm gonna be honest with you. It just didn't heal me. It might have been used for something that I didn't understand. There's more of them. Stamina. Okay. Basic meal. Here we go. Advanced medkit. Is that cosmetic? Yep. Now I'm understanding how their fighting works. I apologize if there's any bitrate issues. I will have to do more research to fix that. Actually, okay. So here's my idea. I'm gonna leave that on. Basic medical. Okay. So you're telling me I'm gonna have to go back into the temple area if I find another medallion out here. If I want to check that room out. Unless I only needed the one medallion to enter there. Which I mean it's not impossible that that was the case, but like ooh, what do we have over here? Alright. Getting the hang of this. Even though I kind of focused a little too much on the enemy and not so much on the entity coming out of the enemy. So I might have wanted to focus a little more on the swarm thing than the big humanoid one. What do we have here? I see. There's plenty to do in this demo, I'm not gonna lie. This is a rather big demo. I don't think I've ever played a demo this long. Ramhead Medallion. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back and we're gonna open up that door and see if we get any more stuff. Should be a door back all the way. It's kind of like midway. I can save too. I think saving at those checkpoints still counts all of the past stuff that I've done too, right? So at least hoping on that front. And yeah, let's get back into this temple area, grab potentially another item. I mean, there might be an enemy in there too, so you know, we'll see. Okay, should be close to here. Also, I didn't check out this. What is this? Okay. don't spawn back in, right? I'm just going to save here just in case. The door should be right here. I don't actually know which one is which. Oh, it's probably the outline, right? I just got pretty lucky with, oh. I knew it. Whoops. I meant to do this. Anyways. I knew there was going to be a slightly larger enemy there. Glyph of Recoil. Okay, so in a terrifying burst, you recoil backwards, leaving nearby limerick enemies stunned with a gripping fear. So that requires me to be hit, though, doesn't it? So suffering from sinful hearts, righteousness, shining beacon, purify the kingdom. Okay, okay. So let me just. Golden Watch is incomplete, so there's still more. We completed this, but what is the Golden Watch? Huh. Do we take that to the farmer, maybe? Shard. Rage, small. Shard, Castic, small. Glyph, recoil. Right. So, I don't think I've leveled up those weapons yet enough. I feel like we need to level up somehow. But I mean, maybe we just don't yet. It's fine. Anyway. Why did it show us like a... Why did it show us another item that I got? Maybe it was just some of that energy stuff or whatever. Okay. Now that I have the key, you'd think I would go back there right now, but I just want to check out the rest of this area because I feel like that's going to end the game. It's the only reason I'm not going back right this second. No, I went back. Okay, here we go. So we have another thing in the temple there. I wonder if the gold watch has anything to do with that or not. It could. That might be different. There's some kind of quest about the gold watch too. So I'm curious what that might be. All right, there we go. That's another enemy, right? Now here's the question: can we? Those things take a lot of health. Oh, very pretty. All right. What is? I don't know if my. Am I offline? I'm supposed to be live. Okay, good, good. Whoa. Whoops. Let's do that. Sheath. There we go. There's the tower. All right, the tower is kind of like an in-game area. How about I come back to the tower and we go the other way? I feel like we're gonna end the game if we go either there or if we go. I mean, I need to go back. I definitely need to go back. We need to do APC key and all that stuff, right? But I also want to check out this other area too. Why am I getting like this weird, fuzzy, hazy stuff? Very weird. Yeah, that does make me faster. Also, they were the only soldier that was still alive too. That was in that temple. Marked tree. Now wait a minute. Now wait a minute. Am I? Oh no. Well, that kind of tells us. Is there someone in here? All right. So here's what I want to do. I want us to go and check some of the glyphs back here. Go back to the farmer. I want to see if there's anything we can do about the watch and anything we can do about any of the other stuff. See if we get some free items. See if we learn a little bit more about this, and then we'll come back and maybe check out that tower area. We can always go back to the APC and check out this new area too. I'm assuming the farmer's fine. I'm assuming. See how many points I get from that. All right. Shouldn't have played dead. Shouldn't have played dead. I'll just say that much. Am I gonna regret what I just said? Okay, so the glyphs were on top of that area. I'd probably going all the way back here. Anyway. All right. Time to do a little glyph hunting. I still hear the haze. Also, is the time changing in here? I cannot see anything. I can't tell if it's just me or if it's just... I can't see anything over there. All right, all right. So we'll just do the glyphs up here. Fort Mont. Okay, I was right. It was the name of the place. Fort Mont. O glory, our exiled queen, our by her hand and the will of our Lord, Cytheris, the triumph of the Polymus cause is made manifest. All right. Well, now we know what that says. I knew it was a marking, an area marking, and the other one, of course, was a sign. So it's really unfortunate that we lost that poor soldier there. I'm sure that opening all this stuff probably didn't help. All right, so tower, huh? Well, is there any reason I can't fight these? Or no? right. Took him out. So, what about this temple that we need to be afraid of? Probably inside the temple, more likely. Why is the heirloom always something we could place? I feel like that's telling me something, right? Like the heirloom is more of like a. I mean, I get that it's a necklace, but it might be like a key of some sort. Fast moss. So this is the spire. Loathsome Sabanian worms. Okay. Wrong button. Go the gateway to the august passes of Her Majesty the Queen in her stately procession. All right. So in order to get into here, we need to have something to unlock it. And to our luck, we were able to take out the guards. But to our not luck, so much luck, we don't really have any way of accessing the corridors there. New glyph acquired. Can be equipped by selecting a weapon in the database and using the manager add glyphs input. Oh. Oh, wait. So that other thing that I got was a glyph for my weapon. Okay, when do I get a glyph? Upgrade. How do I upgrade? Might not be able to upgrade, huh? Okay. Well, I guess we gotta go this way. And what we'll do is use the nav computer to go to one of these other locations. Also, there's a couple other things. So we can exit. There's that. There's this. Wait a minute. I wonder if that's the upgrade panel. So maybe we just play until we Hmm. Seems a little odd he wouldn't at least try to get some more information from the guy. I feel like he knows something that we're not quite getting. There's a little bit more to the story than we were told. In some ways, this reminds me a little bit of Infamous. Oh, hello. Okay, so that's what we need to get then. We need to get what is this? We need to get something that belonged to them. Is this it? Box of bronze acorns. Wait, no, this is this? Okay, good. I was like, that doesn't really seem like a personal item. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I do not think an ammunition holder makes any sense to be a personal item. I mean, it could be, but no. At least it wouldn't make sense because they would have to be alive during all this stuff happening, and they're not. So, yeah. What's happening? Okay, that's the demo for you. I feel like, we got like that was pretty big. Now, there may I will say this: there may still be more to the demo than what I actually played. Let me actually see if I can get my stream a little bit better connection before I continue talking. All right. My bitrate's not very stable at the moment. Let me check this real quick. See if there's anything I can do. No delay. There is. Why is it so unstable sometimes? Sample rate, frame average, bitrate. I wonder if it's the encoder. Detected Twitch. Server. I don't know. I feel like I hope it didn't disrupt the gameplay too much for anybody watching here. Especially after Words 2 with the VOD, if that even loads good. Still having some technical difficulties over my side here. Stream becomes unstable. So it says my configuration is perfect, but yeah, why is that? All right, well, I don't know. I have a big delay. I don't know if you could tell this, but like, the broadcast here, I don't know if when I'm gonna end it, if it's going to end with what's going on here. I might just leave the stream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk right now because I feel like this is going to get into it. I feel like what's going to happen is I'm going to end the stream. And for one, you're not going to see what happened, but for two, by the time you get to where I am right now, is there anything I can do to fix this? Because, like, I'm just sitting here not talking. I feel like if I do that, then I'm going to be on a larger delay by the time you get here and I tell you the information. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn that off for now. We're back here, back to this. I went ahead and played through the game and everything. So, you know, I hope you enjoyed that and all. Here's what my plan is. So I'm going to show you the schedule. And after the stream ends, actually right now I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to do this right now while the stream's going. So let me just do that. I'm going to set, so I have schedule right here. Let me just figure out where I need to go for this real quick because I'm not really familiar. Okay, update. Here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the files necessary for this real quick so I can show it to you and then talk about it. So during stream, where is it? Oh, it's here. 2, 1, what do we got here? I'm going to open it first before I show it. There's no telling which thing I'm going to be showing if I don't. It just takes a couple seconds. But the stream will hopefully be caught up very soon. For me, it still says that we have an unstable bitrate. I'm going to research this a little bit, and I actually have an idea for something I can do. So, you know, if you are interested, stick around even past this. But otherwise, let me go ahead and give you this reveal here. I'm going to put it on here first, and then I'll show it on stream. I'm just updating my banner real quick. And then we'll get on to the stream part of things. Okay, bitrate, yay, hey, it is good. So hopefully it'll catch up with us. Has a little bit of catching up. Update, save. We're doing good. I'm going to save my changes here. Let me just do a quick refresh. And you'll be caught up in hopefully no time. Hopefully no time. Video player error. Yeah, please reload the player. I'd like to be up to date. Okay. So, I don't know if this will work. But you might be able to pause and then bring it back up and it'll bring you back to like the current place on it. Anyways, this is going on far too long. Let me go ahead and reveal. So, if I press the pause button, here's what comes up. Horror Bash. So, I'm just revealing here the schedule. We're going to be starting this up September 30th. Similar to start time, but I might try to at least start a little bit earlier than I did today. Started a little bit later because I was trying to get a couple different things reviewing. So I was reviewing like what things I can use with stream, what things I can't yet use with stream, what I have access to, and I just, you know, trying to learn the ins and outs of like the behind for streaming so that I can be better prepared once I actually do my streams, which thus here, hopefully we got pretty good prepared by playing this game, getting acquainted. I had a lot of fun playing this game, and I had way more game to play than I had thought I would get. So I will say this game was a really, really fun game. I just didn't expect to get to play this much of the game, even to get to play the game at all, to be quite honest, as a demo. I would have thought it would just be a a disc or a download or whatever way you want to play it in that regard. But I never thought it'd be a demo that I could go and play. And you can even replay it, and you can play with different difficulties. Like, I mean, it's, the game within a game, and I think it's pretty cool. Now, I don't know, like I said, if there's still more to the game, because I collected a lot. I got the medallions, I unlocked some stuff. We weren't able to upgrade or do some of the little bits and bobs and whatnot, but we were able to beat every single monster in the game. And I was just like on like the middle difficulty, so I feel like even if I went to the higher difficulty, I might like just struggle, but I would probably still make it through. Maybe though, with the amount of health I had left, who knows? I might need a little more practice, but I feel like I probably could have done it on the harder difficulty. Anyways, difficulties aside, I feel like a fun game. And of course, talking about the Horror Bash event here, all streams have a similar start time. I'm not going to have like a varied start time or anything. Everything is going to be just like all consistent. So I put a few different time zones for your ease, as you may see here. And the first event, of course, is going to include content of 3 Custom Zombies. So it's not like 3 Custom Zombies as in 3 Custom Zombies, but rather basically like whenever I'm recording it, 3 Custom Zombies. So if that makes sense, it's like, obviously when I did 3 Custom Zombies, it would always be me cutting it up into a video, whereas this is like the full zombie playing through the map and stuff, since we're live streaming here, right? Or if you're watching it as a VOD, obviously this isn't 3 Custom Zombies exactly like the video form, because usually that's only like 30 minutes, and this is probably going to be quite a bit more than 30 minutes. And also the plus more there, so we'll see how things go. I have a lot of stuff prepped and prepared for the 30th. As I had mentioned prior, this was announced originally on my channel over on YouTube, on the main channel, that is. Along with it, I think I might have mentioned my schedule for videos releasing too over there. So if you're interested, there's a video over there. I think it's public, but once the first video releases, I'm going to put it unlisted, and it'll just be exclusively on the homepage. So if you want to check any of that stuff out, then definitely do. I have everything to do with what's coming up for the channel throughout up to like November or so is my whole schedule. So like I have everything planned, videos and streams. Everything's spread out quite nicely. So if you're interested in both, I'm not hopefully doing too much of each. And of course, I will put it out there here if you're just here for a little bit or checking out the VOD or whatever. You're thinking about like the stream stuff, you're seeing this before it happens and whatnot, or maybe even a little bit after it. Anyhow, you can always check out the VODs for these streams afterwards on the VOD channel for the stream, which I think is linked in like the stream here on the channel. I think I have a link that goes to it that you can put on there. So like you should be able to click on it and get to it, and that's just the channel archive. You can find all of the past streams there, all dated, and some of them are cut a little bit, but for the most part, like I just try to cut out any like, times where there's like a big gap, or like I leave stream for a bit, take a break, or do things like that, which we didn't need to do for this because this was really quick. I think this probably is one of my shorter streams. I am going to be quite honest, might even be one of my shortest. But there's a little caveat here, and there's something I want to try. I'm going to leave this up because I want what I want to happen here is when this ends, I want it to transition over to the banner, and you'll see on the homepage thing for my channel here that I have this up as the main player for it. So you're going to see this, but I want to give a little more details. So as I said, 30th, 7th, 21st, and 30th again, which is the October 30th, not September, but like we start September, technically like going into like the 2 days and stuff. I wanted to make a good consistent schedule. If you'll notice, give me 1 second. Let me just go over a little bit here, since I feel like we're at the end here and it's all right to kind of go over some of these things. But so you notice that everything starts on a Tuesday, and I wanted to do that because I thought, well, here's what happens if, for instance, I have 4 streams planned. that are four streams announced. 4 streams planned and announced. Basically, these are pretty much going to happen. The only thing that could change is like, like if I, for some reason, play through a little bit more than what I intended for like the parts stuff, I might have to shift around, like say like, but for the most part, my plans are is every stream should stay like, like I guess what I'm trying to say is if one of these comes up and like I play through it really quickly and there's like a very, very short stream, I might choose to do a little bit more stuff. And if the more stuff includes some of the stuff I would have done in the next one, I might, swap things around. We'll see how things go. But for the most part, the current plan is, and like I said, some of the games I'm going to be playing for this 4-part event here for the Horror Bash, for the whole like October stream stuff, it begins September technically, but like that's technically October because I think like September 30th, the very next day is October. So like, like I said, I wanted to start everything on a Tuesday and make everything consistent each week. Everything's going to be consistent start time, consistent day of the week. And we're going to have plenty of, oh yeah, there was, one thing I wanted to tell you. So let me get that pulled up in my notes because I have everything just prepared to make sure that I do not accidentally skip any details that are very important, because this stream right here has been planned for a long time because it is chopped full of older horror games and a bunch of really cool stuff that we're both going back to, and new stuff too at the same time. So let's see, where did I say this? Because I had a really good thing that I wanted to only include here. Okay, so here it is. And yes, for this event, I will be combining multiple games for the ultimate custom maps and indie horror game experience. This is something that I've wanted to see come into fruition for so long because I've played in the past and have yet to play going into the future some of, custom maps for games and some indie horror games and just some other older games too. Apologies for my voice. Let me take a sip. And yeah, so plenty of stuff. Custom maps, indie horror games, and more custom and more stuff within the horror too. So lots of cool stuff, and just jam packed. It's like, sometimes I might have done 3 custom zombies. Sometimes I might have done, like individually, I might have done each of these things individually. But now I'm doing them all together, and they're new things and old things. So we bring back a little bit of old, we put a little bit of new in there. I'm going to show you some things during these streams that I've never talked about before, that are like things that I'm familiar with, that I thought were always cool, but I've never played them myself. I've seen some of them. I think they're going to be cool. I think the timing and like how long they are and stuff should fit pretty good. So we have a lot of cool stuff for this stream. I prepared everything. Everything is all ready and set to go. So every single stream should pop off and go real quick, and we shouldn't have any issues other than like, the stream itself. If there's like an issue, like I can't guarantee, during those specific days if there'd be like storms or other things that could interfere with them. But like I said, as far as the plans go, we should be able to get ready, get started on those dates, do this 4-stream long event for the Horror Bash event. This is going to be our Halloween celebration. As you'll remember, last year I did one where it was like at 3 a.m. on Halloween. This one isn't going to be that, but this one's going to be more spread out. The times are going to be a little more forgiving for me, and hopefully since I'll be starting a little bit early with the streams, that means that you can get in there. The stream will be going on. You can join in and see what event is happening at the time it happens. I might change up the title as we go from game to game, right? And then as we go from each event, here's what I'm thinking, and I might test it out for this stream too, and that's what I'm going to tell you here, and what I might do there too, is I'll be going through, like I said, different games and stuff. What I was thinking is it might actually be of some benefit if instead of, like I said, 3 custom zombies here, right? So obviously 3 custom zombie maps. It might be of some benefit if I do the stream in the format of I start the stream, I play through a map, I end the stream, and then I start another stream, play through the next map, and do that. Like, it's still one continuous event, but I just start and stop the streams so that by the end of each stream, it'll be easier for me to upload it to the VODs. So, you know, it'll be all cut. I don't have to cut it in the end stuff. I don't know if there's any way to like do that without ending stream, to just like say, cut my stream here, start a new one here, but continue. It'd be really nice if there was, and I don't know if there is. But how I know how to do it is just to end the stream and then start a new one. And I'm thinking I'm going to do that. So it'll still be the same event on the same day. And it's all going to be continuous. I mean, there might be like a gap of 15, 5, 6 minutes, depending on how long it takes to like end and start the next stream. But it won't take very long. And I think it'll just be like a continuous thing. We'll just play through each thing, separate each thing. And then, you know, from there, like if say you miss something during stream, I'll just go ahead and like quickly publish it to VOD. So like say if I'm playing a map or a game that you're not really interested in and you missed one of the ones you were interested in, hopefully it'll go immediately to VOD, or at least by the time I'm done playing, at least some of the earlier ones will be, like, you know, if there's a gap of like 1 or 2 games, right? You might be able to go back and watch one of those until I get on to the next game, and then you can come back and stream if you want to, or at least you got something interesting to watch during the time that we're doing this event. And like I said too, my main channel is going to have on Drakermeter, it's going to have some videos and stuff releasing between now. So I think the first thing releasing on my channel, and it's part of another event. Let me just look in my files real quick. But I think just to at least tell you if you're interested, and to cross-promote, cross-pollinate, or however they might say, right? So the first thing that's going to come over to my channel is going to be, I can click either of these because it's both a load on my end, but so it's Return to the Past event. That's going to be for videos releasing on my main channel. I'll just talk about it here. I'm not going to show it, but it's just Return to the Past event. September 12th is going to be the first one. There's going to be a video releasing 11 p.m. EST, 8 p.m. PST, 3 a.m. UTC. So right there is going to be the first one. There's going to be another video on the 27th of September. And then on November 1st, at the end of all of this October Horror Bash, there's going to be another video releasing on my main channel. So, you know, between September 27th and November 1st is the Horror Bash event, which means that the Return to the Past event is going to kind of have like a gap there. And that gap is going to be Horror Bash. And then everything else, of course, before that is Returns to the Past. Everything else after that is Returns to the Past. But everything between that is Horror Bash. Okay. Now that we got the schedule and everything sort of sorted out, right? You should be able to see that on the VOD, or if you're here for stream, of course. Now, here's the thing. Here's what I'm thinking. So what I want to do is that stream's ending at a pretty good point for me in the day right now. So what I'm going to do is I think what I would like to do is play some more games today. And I was thinking I might actually be able to stream it. So, you know, even if the stream doesn't go too good, I want to try... so I'm going to take a short break between this stream and the next one I'm going to start up after this. But what I'm thinking I want to do is I'm going to play some Marvel Rivals. And I'm going to have drops enabled. So if you want to watch and get some drops, that'll be enabled. But I also want to test out my bitrate and see if there's some stuff I can do with that. I'm going to just do a little bit of research. I'll probably start back in like an hour and a half. I want to do a couple things in between. Maybe I don't know, like just a couple things in between. We'll start up, see how things go. Yeah. So I will hopefully see you in a moment's time, and we'll be able to do some more, so a little bit of Marvel Rivals 2 today, which if I'm being honest here, I kind of planned on playing it a little while back, not for stream. Sort of missed some stuff since I was working on some things in the background, so I just kind of said, well, I'm going to be streaming today. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to just wait until stream and then just play a little bit during stream, and I can get caught up on some of my level progression and stuff for some of the stuff I'm trying to unlock, and just do it during stream. So, it'll be a good way for me to further test streams before we get to the Horror Bash event that you see on screen here. Maybe I can do some stuff for bitrate. If I can't do anything for it, I will just let you know when the stream starts and just say, that. Also, by the end of that, too, I'll probably leave this on there and then transition off with this. But for the most part, I'm going to play Marvel Rivals until either it gets really late or until I complete the level progression stuff that I want to do. Because once I complete that for the week, because there's a cap for each week, then that will probably be the stream. But I'll use that as a testing ground to see how our bitrate does and see if there's anything I can do to improve it. So I'm going to do a little bit of research on that in between here and starting the next one. In addition to that, of course, I need to take a short break just to get myself ready for that. So I will be ready in a moment, but I really want to thank you if you were here for the stream, for anyone that was here. If you're watching the VOD, I want to thank you for watching the VOD. If you were listening to my announcement for Horror Bash or for Return to the Past event, if you watched my videos, if you watched any of my other streams, I want to thank you for all of that. And of course, if you see this as a VOD after the fact for any of the other stuff that is releasing or in between, this is just kind of like a preview of what is to come. I didn't include it in the schedule or anything. I could have, but I decided, that this was just going to be a testing stream. I didn't really want to make you feel like you had to come to this right now because I really wanted to test out stuff for the channel, but I am grateful for everyone who did and checked it out. And of course, check out the VOD. I think the game is pretty cool, and it's just something I'm personally interested in and wanted to try. Of course, Marvel Rivals is exactly the same, just something I personally want to play for fun. Both of these, and these were just things I wanted to do while I was testing out some stuff for stream. So I hope that you like how stream looks now, because I changed out the look of it a little bit. So hopefully it looks a little bit nicer, a little bit cleaner. Hopefully you like the new format, and hopefully you like all the new stuff I've tried out, my character stuff and all that. I just wanted to make it a little more interactive. I wanted to make it a little bit more smooth. I wanted to make it a little more cut. Transition, I wanted to have better transitions in the stream. So hopefully that works. Obviously, some things on my list to do for streams in the future in the back end for myself would be like, I have a bunch of sources here that I use, but there's also things called scenes, which maybe it would be better if I could learn how to do transitions for scenes. Maybe that would help out with streams. Who knows? Those could be kind of nice and look nice. So maybe in the future I'll learn some of that stuff and or set them up for streams. There's plenty of things I could do for that. But for the time being, I'm going to keep it like it is. I'll have fun with our event, and then like in between things, for next events and things, I'll try to work on some of those things in the back end, make things more streamlined, and maybe even come up with some more goodies and more cool things that I can do like actually during the stream that you would be able to see, and not just that would be behind the screen for me to make things easier. To be fair, anything that helps me behind the screen is going to help you on the screen, because in turn that means not only will you be able to see the content in a faster manner, and I won't be having any stop gaps or things in between keeping you from being able to get the information as quickly as possible, or for me talking faster than I probably should for my vocal cords. Regardless of any of the things stated prior and into now, going into the future, we have Marvel Rivals coming up in probably an hour and a half to 2 hours. Like I said, I'm just going to get quickly ready for that. We have the Horror Bash. So everything I do in preparation for here is hopefully going to transition over into Horror Bash directly. That means any of the things you see here. And what I'm going to say here is new themes revealed after each stream. So this is just being revealed at this stream. So that means by this time we start the first September 30th event, when that ends, once all of them end, right? Not once we end with the with me cutting the stream into multiple parts, but like once the full stream ends, I will reveal the next event on October 7th. So after the 30th event ends, I'll reveal the 7th, and we'll just kind of transition as I play through games. Each thing will get revealed. We'll make progress, and we'll unlock a new game and a new thing. And then once it gets to the end, we'll unlock the reveal for the next stream, and we'll transition over into that one. So I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'll be starting upstream again and playing some Marvel Rivals. But for now, here's my Horror Bash thing. I'm going to leave this here. When I end stream, you'll transition over to the channel banner stuff and all that. On the home or the video screen for the channel, it's going to show this, so you'll still see that. So just make sure you know when stream ends, you're going to go straight to there. The stream won't actually be going, so you might want to like go do some other stuff in between if you do plan on coming back to that, or for the test stream. But anyways, this is just a test stream for today. Thank you for coming in, stopping by. I will see you in a little bit.